football.
Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, bring you an NFL Week 3 preview between the Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks. Let's take a look at some keys to victory for both teams, starting with the Packers.
I was very impressed with what the Packers did last week versus Chicago. They came in right away, stuck to the game plan, running the football. And if you could chew up the clock and go against your tendencies, it gives defenses a host of problems. So they got to come in this week versus Seattle, and they got to also make sure it's imperative to run the football. Get Cedric Benson going. That way you can operate off play action. You can also get Kuhn going on surprise draw plays and trap plays. Take advantage of the running game, and that's going to neutralize the pressure of the Seahawks that really just want to pin their ears back and get after the quarterback. Defensively, it's all about making Seattle one-dimensional. You don't want these guys to get two-dimensional and operate off play action, so you have to eliminate the running game. Take away Marshawn Lynch and Robert Turbin, put it all in the rookies' hands and those young receivers' hands to beat you consistently. If you can make this game Aaron Rodgers versus Russell Wilson, that's a win for the Green Bay Packers. So the defense has to come in, take away the running game, and force these guys to throw the football more than they want to. X factor has to be the ball control offense of the Packers. Can they stay on the field? Can they play keep away from Seattle? That's the biggest X factor in my opinion. Offensively for the Seahawks, it's all about getting the ground game going versus that 3-4 defense. When you see pressure, you got to run right at it. And they did a great job last week versus Dallas, and that's really the only reason why I'm bringing in the same game plan, because it's the same style of defense. 3-4 defense. 1, you want to run right at the pressure. 2, you want to widen out the pressure with the wide receivers and spread formations and take advantage of the individual matchups. Now, when you look at the defensive side of the football, when you look at where they can attack Green Bay, I would say utilize the press coverage tactic. You can play man or zone, but either way, you have to be up in the face of the wide receivers for Green Bay. And if you can do that, you throw off the timing of their passing offense, and it allows that defensive line to get pressure on Aaron Rodgers. X factor in this ball game, it has to be special teams. It was a big factor last week versus the Cowboys. This week, it's all about making Green Bay drive the length of the field. The more chances you give them to drive the short length of the field, then they can have success. But if you make them drive the length of the field, you put your defense at an advantage where they could have more chances to get to Aaron Rodgers, and that's how you really stop the Green Bay Packers. I like Seattle in this game, and I'm going to tell you why. You look at the matchups, it's not about Green Bay going out to Seattle, it's about matchups. And when you look at the Seahawks secondary being able to match up very well versus the Packers wide receivers, you have to take that matchup, because that's what the Packers predominantly do. They throw the football going against a very good secondary. I like the Seahawks to win this one at home.